Howdy, I got a guest today. This is my good friend, JC Marr. Introduce yourself, my man.
JC Marr from JC Marr Reviews. What's happening, folks?
Welcome to another episode with Beard Times with Scott. I'm Scott. This is JC Marr. Today we are talking about a review that we talked about 3-4 weeks ago, something like that. I can't remember.
Close to it. At least 3, maybe 4.
I can't remember. Today we are reviewing Fable Beard Company's butters. Now, keep in mind that this isn't every single butter that they offer, because Colin is like a wizard and he makes products fairly quickly and pumps them out fairly quickly as well. We have 4 scents we're going to talk about today. Actually, 4 different butters, not 4 scents.
Yes.
3 scents, 1 unscented. $25, 4-ounce jar. Pricing, is it expensive? Honestly, I don't think so, because that is almost like an average price for companies nowadays. There are companies that sell them cheaper, and that's fine. But $25, I know off the top of my head, 4 companies that sell it for $25. So if you go on that route, it's not expensive. So I'm giving it definitely a thumb for the pricing. Packaging, Colin is a master of his packaging. Yeah. Take a look at that right there. He has a character for every scent that he makes, and I think it still stands out way above a lot of the companies that I work with, and I do mean that.
Yeah, I did like that part.
I mean, the Barkeep, every scent is a character. So the unscented is the Barkeep. Today we're talking about the Gunslinger, which he calls the futuristic patchouli blend. We're talking about the Legend series, the Barber, which is a fiery barbershop, they call it. And the Hero, which is a cologne scented. So let's go ahead and talk about that. Packaging, A+ right there. Ingredients. Now, the ingredients are different on each label, but they're all the same. So don't think that there's some more of something else in each one. He actually just didn't want it to be, I guess, the same. I guess that's a way to word it. He didn't want it to be the exact same on every label. Like cocoa butter, shea butter, mango butter, kokum butter, elip nut butter, and beeswax at the bottom. The website, in case you don't know, is fablebeardco.com. He's on Instagram, Facebook. He actually has a really awesome YouTube page as well. I'll link that in the description box. He's very, very, I don't want to say he's, what's the word I'm looking for? When it comes to his YouTube channel, he teaches you how to grow a beard and gives you tips and tricks, but it's also he tells you things of Fable Beard Co. I know that he tells a story of each character. I think it's in his newsletters. I think, isn't it?
I'll be honest with you. I got a disclaimer on this one. I'm just learning about Fable, so I did not know about the YouTube channel myself.
Oh, okay.
So
I didn't honestly. I didn't know that you didn't know that. So
pardon me. This whole thing is just me getting into to Colin and Fable Beard Company, and not disappointed at all. But I didn't know about the YouTube channel, and I'll have to check that out and get subscribed to that.
He used to be a YouTube reviewer. He started making reviews about the same time I did.
Okay. And
he kind of disappeared, and I never knew what happened to him until I saw this, and I'm still impressed 100%. So let's talk about the performance of the beard butter, shall we? And we're just going to go through and just literally put our fingers in one and show you guys how it works. We don't need to do all 4 because his performance is the same in all 4. I will give Colin credit give him definitely credit there. A lot of companies, when you make products, when you make multiple batches and different scents and stuff, not all of them, they're the exact same. And I can honestly say that there's some that there are some misconceptions in, or that's the word I'm looking for. They're not consistent with the exact performance in beard. Colin, they're all the same. The ingredients, let's take a look here. I'm going to go ahead and show you. You can see it. It is a little bit grainy. But I will say this. When you put it in the beard, put it in your hand, you work it down. Sorry about that.
It's all good.
It does go away.
Yes.
It does go away because we had this conversation quite a bit about it because we were comparing notes and stuff. And he was asking me, I said, yeah, it does it to me too, but it breaks down
It does.
And it goes right away. So I don't ever have any problem with any of Colin's butters. And I asked him about it, and he said that yes, it does happen that way, and it's no negative towards it.
No.
You can see that it does have a lot of shine. You put this in your beard, and I'm not putting it in my beard because I'm actually going to hop in the shower after this video. But when you put it in, this is an all-night or all-day thing for me. How did it work for you?
I actually use mine overnight time. Most of the time I do most of my butters at night. I'm oil and balm during the day. But as far as when I wake up in the mornings, which we're up early, so it's in there for about 8 hours. When I usually put it in there, it's still good consistency in there. It does its job. Does a really good job moisturizing my beard. It's soft. It does exactly what you want a butter to do. And as far as the product, it's legit. No disappointment whatsoever in the product whatsoever. I do agree that he does a good job carrying consistency between all of them. I found no drop off in any of them as I used them. Each time got the same result that I was looking for from the butter, and so for that I also give an A+ on that one to Colin as far as the product itself. Well done.
I will say this, and it's no negativity towards the product at all. There is cocoa butter in here, and I smell it very distinctly in the unscented Barkeep one.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
It like I said, you can't really get rid of that scent. It's cocoa butter. That's what it's.
Yeah.
It's known. It has a chocolatey undertone. So
I mean, it's not a bad scent at all. I mean, I didn't mind it at all but I don't mind cocoa butter. So
yeah, it doesn't bother me at all. It was just I wanted to make sure before we made the video, and I asked him. I was like, "Is it supposed to be like that?" And he said, "Well, it is in there."
Yeah. So I mean,
you really can't. You're really not going to get rid of the scent unless you seriously have a fragrance of some kind in there. So it doesn't bother me at all. So if anybody has any problems, I wouldn't really worry about it because cocoa butter is one of the best things you can put on your skin or your beard.
Yeah. So kind of like even though it says unscented, there will be a scent, which I can't say of any product that I have found unscented. There's always a scent to it, but that's the base scent to the unscented is that cocoa butter, which to me is not a bad smell at all. I like it.
The advantage that I like about using unscented products is that you can put it with anything. Literally, you can use you can use a scent of any kind. Like if you had a tobacco scent, you put an unscented right with it. It's not going to change.
And I'll add that to that with using the unscented because, like I said, I do the butter overnight, and then when I get up, I'll put a balm oil in there, and I never had any issue with that cocoa butter smell clashing with anything. It basically just melted in. It did its thing, and by the time I put oil and balm in, there was no clash whatsoever. It was covered. So if that's a concern as far as the cocoa butter smell clash with anything, I never got that with anything I used.
I'm giving it a 2 thumbs up for this one. So
yeah, A+ for me.
Gunslinger, the futuristic patchouli blend. This is the one you're like, man.
Okay, I'll take the first on that one.
Go ahead.
Money. Gunslinger, money. This is by far the top scent that out of all 4 of them. I wasn't sure going into it, I'll be honest with you, because I went with Hero first. Got to Gunslinger, by far the best one. Super. It's a good masculine scent. The funny thing for me is I actually found this more of a cologne scent than the Hero. So I enjoyed this in beard. My wife, she liked it. So that was good. It's not overpowering, but it is strong enough that if you do want to wear the butter out, you can use it as, for me, a cologne. But by far, number 1 scent out of all 4 of them. I love the Gunslinger. Highly recommended on that one. A+, Colin, for that one.
The Gunslinger to me, when I use it, yeah, there is patchouli in here. You guys know that I'm a fan of patchouli. To honestly say, I'm slowly not liking it. I just don't use patchouli as much. So when I smell this, it's in there. But I will agree, there is something in there that's like it's definitely like a futuristic cologne patchouli scent.
Yeah, I get cologne out of it.
It's different. It stands out.
It is.
And I really did not think I was going to like this one, but I'm wrong. This is a very unique scent. 2 thumbs up for this one right here. This one actually I use the most at nighttime, which is very weird to say.
Did too.
I can honestly say that. I like that one.
Yep.
So this one we're going to talk about the Barber. The Barber, you see, you might recognize that face. That is Mr. Beard Motivation, Dave himself.
Dave.
This is his Legend Series scent, and this is a fiery barbershop is what they call it.
Definitely meets the criteria for that.
Yeah, I got to agree with that. But I will say this, I'm not dissing this at all. To me, it's more of just not necessarily a full-on barbershop scent. It's like a fresh, clean scent. And it's got that Fireball whiskey-esque cinnamony smell scent to it. It kind of puts a little bit of fire in your beard, and when I say that, it tingles quite a bit, and I like it. It's surprisingly good, better than what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, now I can't say the Fireball whiskey. I'm not familiar with Fireball. I have no idea, but it definitely. I mean, it's a fresh smell, so that's where I would kind of get the barbershop off, almost like it's the take on leading the barbershop fresh smell to me. With that cinnamon, it's almost, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but a soapish type smell, a fresh, clean like soap smell.
Yeah,
And I don't mean that in a bad term to it. Like it's a really good, like I would buy this as a soap.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
Yeah.
It's when I say fresh and clean, it smells like a soap, and it's not in a bad
good
way.
In a good way. Like I would totally buy this as a body wash and roll with that.
That's great. Now you just put that in his head, so that's probably coming out next.
Well, there you go.
It's a good scent, although I will say I don't think this is one that I would wear for a nighttime scent because of the cinnamon. That will definitely wake me up, and I wouldn't wear it for a nighttime scent. But definitely during the day, really good. 2 thumbs up for that one.
Yeah, I give that an A+ also. The cinnamon does come on strong. That's the first time I've had a product with a spice in it per se I have felt it on my skin. Like you said, when you wear cinnamon, you can feel it on your skin. I felt that one.
Mm-hmm. But
it didn't last long. It didn't burn. It's just I could feel the tingling on my skin. I'm like, oh, this has got some kick to it. Luckily for me, the times I used that, after the first time, I made sure I put it on early enough in the night that it didn't keep me awake. But it does have a strong enough scent. Yeah, I can totally see that being something you'd wear to wake yourself up.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely, because we work basically a nighttime shift anyway.
Yeah.
It did wake me up when I was using it, so I just prefer not to use it when I sleep.
I did that just to stay on my routine, because all butters I pretty much use in the evenings. So.
The last one, the Hero. If you don't know what the Hero is, this is Colin's take on a cologne scent. And I will say, when I did my review of the Hero, this was the one, if I can remember correctly, I think this is the one when I talked to Colin about it. It wasn't in a negative way. I felt the tingle, like there's a cinnamon in here as well. And I think that's what I told him. But when I don't have that problem when I use this butter, and it's probably because the different texture of what else is behind it with the butters and such. This is a little bit on the milder instead of being a stronger cologne in here. Yeah. When I smell it in the oil and the balm, it's stronger. And that is expected because cologne scents, you don't want them to literally just stink, be overpowering in your face.
Yeah.
With this being in the butter, it's not as strong. I like this, but it's not a cologne scent that I would wear all the time. It's good, so I'm not going to say that I don't recommend it or anything. It's just not the scent that I would wear all the time for a cologne.
All right, my opinion on this one is I'm not crazy about the Hero. Now, I don't know. I can't say I've smelled the oil or the balm yet. I don't know. But as far as in the butter, I think this is one, my opinion, is where the cocoa butter clashes with the scent. Because I feel like I catch that on the back end of it. And it just wasn't what I was looking for. Again, that's not knocking the product. The butter still did exactly what I wanted it to do. It nailed it, knocked it out of the park as far as that. Scent-wise, this was probably my least favorite out of the 4. Now I know it being a cologne, and I know it's got a great backing, the Hero and all that stuff. But for me, it just didn't. It wasn't what I was looking for. I guess maybe my expectation was a little bit built up because of what I'd heard about the Hero, and that could have been on me and my fault. But as far as this one, this was my least favorite out of it. It's not something that, like you said, it's not a cologne I'd wear. But that's just opinion on the scent from me. But as far as the product, it was still great. I mean, it was money.
Feel and beard for all these. I'm not gonna lie, I like them. I like all four of them, how they feel in the beard. Like I said, it does all four of these. When you put your finger in it and you see, yeah, they do have a little bit of grain. It doesn't bother me, and I've said tons of times, when I get balms from companies, some of them do have grain in it. If you work at it, break it down, it goes away.
Exactly.
It's the same thing, but some people, they don't like it. They get upset. It was grainy. Okay, I get it, but it's not the company's fault if, and I'm not blaming this. I'm not putting a blame on Colin or Fable for this. If you receive a product and it is grainy from travel, you have to understand that stuff is going to change temperature like this, which means it may melt. It may not. It may get hard. Things like that happen. It is not the company's fault. No. That is not the case here, because I made sure I talked about it from the beginning, and it's not, like I said, it doesn't push me away from this product at all. The grain didn't bother me. When I put it, I was like, oh, okay, so let's just work a little bit. It went right away. This beard butter gives me a really nice shine. I don't know if you noticed that or not.
Oh, yeah.
But you can see it on my hands. It gives you a really good shine. It kept my beard soft, I'm honestly going to say, a good 8 to 12 hours. It lasted the entire time, every day I used them. Never had to put any product in at all. And I was literally using these by themselves while I was testing these out, because I wanted to see how well they worked. I'm impressed.
Yeah, I like them. I definitely recommend his butter. I think his butter is an A+ by far. The grain didn't bother me at all when I first opened them up. I thought of it just kind of like Scott did. I was like, well, let's rub it in, see if it melts out, and it does. It does, and it covers well. It's not a situation where you have to use a whole lot, man. Just a swipe of the finger and rub it in, and you get great coverage. It rolls into the beard hair well, and it also conditions it well. Like, I didn't have to really scrub this in, man. It really just did what it's supposed to do, because I actually think it's because it melts so well.
Yeah.
That it went through. Now, me being a shorter beard too, where his is longer, he probably has to work a little bit harder. Me, it covered well, and I thought that was great. Made my beard hair very soft, which mine is very coarse. So when I find a butter that does that, it instantly catches my attention. That's the first thing I look for in any butter. Does it make my hair, my beard hair soft because of how coarse it is? And it did it. It did it perfectly, exactly what I was looking for. So I mean, that's A+ for me on that one.
To all you coarse bearded guys, I hope you paid attention to that, because I was waiting for you to say that. That is a key point when it comes for beard butters in general. If you have coarse hair, such as Justin, if the product makes your hair, not literally at the blink of an eye, soft, but if it makes your beard hair feel soft after you've applied it, it's doing its job, 100%. I will say, there are some beard butters out there with my longer beard, because my beard hair, in all honesty, mine is soft. Justin's, you can hear it. His is coarse. Mine, there are some beard butters out there that it does not work. Am I mad about that? No, because that just tells me this product isn't for me.
Yep.
Fable Beard Company, yes, these are products for me. I would recommend these to anybody. So let's go over the review one more time. Pricing, $25, 4-ounce jar. I don't want to say this is an average market price, but this is a fairly common price for this size product that I'm seeing from a lot of companies now. Do I think it's expensive? Not really, because, yeah, there are companies that sell them cheaper, but are you going to get the same thing out of them? Only you can answer that, because every person's different. But for what the price I'm seeing nowadays, I don't think it's an expensive price. Because let's just be real. There are companies that are selling 4-ounce balms for $40. That's just stupid.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Packaging, like I said, he has a character for every single scent that he makes. I think it's really cool. I really do think that. I think he's one of the most, if not the most, original company when his presentation comes.
Yes, and I think I add that as far as when we get to the pricing. I think it's very legit pricing because I'll add in is this labeling and the quality of what you're getting that he's shipping it in, and I believe that goes into the price of it. That he takes time and delivers a very good product, not only on the inside but on the outside. It's something you're gonna enjoy seeing up on your counter. It's not gonna be an eyesore. It's gonna be something you're not gonna mind if you know if a guest goes in your bathroom. It's not gonna be an eyesore, you know, that type of thing. It's going to look good. They're going to be like, oh man, what is that? It could be, you know, something that's going to grab somebody's attention. And that, I think that's a part of when I look at a product, when I'm going to purchase it, I look at that. And I think Colin delivers on that, that portion of it. Not only, you know, the pictures and the storylines behind it and stuff like that, but also you're getting a great product with it. So I think the price is very legit. No complaints about that whatsoever.
Performance in my beard, one of the best. Hands down. It is. It works. I really enjoy them.
Yeah, A+ on that too. Performance, exactly what I'm looking for out of a butter. Like I said, made my coarse hair very soft, very manageable. Which I don't really need that too much, but it does a really good job as far as softening my beard, which is really something I look for in a butter, specifically now as I'm getting into beard products because of how coarse my hair is. It made it hard to grow a beard. But now I've gotten into these products and these butters, man. It's so much easier to if I feel like growing it out a little further, it doesn't itch me anymore. It doesn't bother me. So I mean, it's product performance is A+ by far.
Ingredients, there ain't nothing that is not natural in here. So I ain't got no argument on that one.
No, it's all good stuff. All good stuff.
As long as it's natural or I at least know what it is, I don't really have a problem with products. But this. Can't go wrong with it. The feel and beard, smells like butter, man. What more can I say?
It's butter.
And the buying and recommendation, would you buy or recommend them?
Highly.
I would.
Yep.
So today, I don't know how you do your rating, so you go first.
All right. My rating is, again, just a little side note. The product itself, I think you're great across the line, but find the scent that's for you. My top one, Gunslinger. I recommend... If from my perspective, scent wise, product wise, everything, Gunslinger's number one. So I say that. As far as the product line itself, A+, Colin, it is a highly recommended product. Go get it. You won't be disappointed.
Myself, now this is just a personal preference because I just don't wear a lot of cologne products anymore. It's okay. I'm not knocking anyone who wears them or makes them or whatever. I've just steered away from making or wearing cologne scents. So that the Hero would be my least favorite. But if I had to pick a favorite, it's going to be either the Barkeep or the Gunslinger. And that's because the Gunslinger surprised the crap out of me. It just did.
It's good.
And the Barkeep, I mean, literally, it's an unscented butter. You can use it with anything you want.
Yeah.
So you can't go wrong with that. Today, I'm giving the Fable Beard Company an A+ and a very solid 2-star, 2 thumbs up, 5-star Beard Times with Scott rating for the Fable Beard Company butters today. Once again, Colin, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity. You had no idea that I was bringing someone else in. That was my plan the whole time. When you sent me the email saying I was getting 4 butters, I was like, I need some help. So Justin stepped in, and I had a fun time doing it, and we're going to continue to do something like this again.
Yeah, had a blast, man. I appreciate you inviting me in to test these out with you.
Well, that's just what we do. In case you guys don't know, we work together, so he has to deal with me on a regular basis, which is kind of a headache every now and again. But
so he owed me this.
Pretty much I did owe him this. But his YouTube channel will be linked in the description box. Please go subscribe. He's a very, very great guy. He hasn't been making a lot of videos here lately because he had his last addition to the family. Is this the last one?
Oh, it's that. Yeah, we're done.
So we're retiring with the additions with the family, but he's coming back. He's coming back strong.
He's coming.
And also check out Colin and Fable Beard Company's YouTube channel as well. I think you're going to learn some stuff from watching Colin. He's a good dude. I have a great time working with him. Pleasure to work with Fable Beard Company. So give this video a thumbs up. Follow Justin on YouTube. Follow Fable on YouTube as well. And thank you again for watching the video. Keep on bearding.
Like I always say, whether your game is short, game is long, just keep it strong.
See you soon.